Welcome, everyone. It's John Benson again, the billion-dollar copy coach here with day 10 of Persuade and Profit Live on Facebook. I hope you guys are doing well. I am once again broadcasting live from Joe Polish's Genius Network annual event, this time from my hotel room, because last time the internet connection was really spotty and it's getting even worse down there. So I'm going to broadcast here today. So I'm going to see if I can find, I had a couple of guys that were going to come on, talked to Ryan Dice yesterday, talked to a couple other friends of mine that you guys might want to hear from. I hope I can get these guys on. It's just a crazy time. So, and unfortunately, it has to end up right at 11 o'clock. So it's kind of hard to do that. But if not, it's going to be just like this. So remember, guys, we're going to talk about persuasion again, and we're going to talk about desire mode today. And everyone who's commenting has a chance to win a part of a one-on-one coaching, well, it's actually 1-on-4 coaching class with me coming up after the end of Persuade and Profit Live. And that's worth $2,500. So comment. The comments that are real, they're good. They're going to be put into a kind of a kitty, and then we're going to randomize the number, and we're going to pick the comment at random, so anyone can win. So great to have you guys. Just come on. I know it's a Saturday, and hopefully we can get some peeps in. We did not advertise this today, so I did the pre thing, whatever. I scheduled it a little bit earlier. So hey, trying some new stuff here and seeing how the software works. So. Again, in case you guys don't know, I am John Benson. I'm the billion-dollar copy coach. So I'm going to show that to you again here because that's the little button that I just clicked. And yeah, in case you don't know who I am. And today, let's dive into the topic of desire and why that's so important. Now, remember what we talked about for the last few days until yesterday where we had Peter Kell on with me. We talked about the modes of persuasion. You've got fear, you've got wants, desires, and needs. And fear is the 75%. It's the big thing under the water. The tip of the iceberg is the rest of the stuff. And we talked about how to do that. We talked about how to tap into wants and how to shift them to desires and shift them to needs. And we're going to do this today with desires and how cool you can use this, okay? So we're going to show you guys my screen here. Let's get this thing started. I'm going to close 1 second, guys. So I'm going to, hopefully this will work. Yay, I think it's working. Okay, hopefully you guys can see my screen. I'm going to come back over here and remove this thing here. All right, cool. Awesome. You guys should be able to see my screen now. All right, so again, fears, wants, desires, and needs. And today we're going to talk about desires. Now, we covered how to shift the want, which is the lowest persuasion tactic, to desire, and then to a need. We've already covered that in the other videos. Today we're going to look at desire mode specifically, what differentiates it from want and need, and how to use specific words and phrase, that should be phrases, nice typo, John, to type and tap into a prospect's desire. I can't type and I can't say the word tap either, so bear with me. Let's define the term first. A desire is anything that you have thought about on a fairly regular basis that you think you may need to have. So those are all very important words. You think about it on a fairly regular basis. So this crosses your mind more than once, that's a want. I think I want a chocolate chip cookie. It may never cross your mind again. I have a craving for X. That's a want. A desire is something that you think about pretty much on a weekly basis, or at least on a monthly basis. Like, I keep wanting that. I keep wanting that. And you think that you may need to have it. Now that's really important, but you're not sure. Okay, you follow me? So you desire, okay, let's say that you know that you need a new car. You may desire a Tesla. You don't really need a Tesla, right? You desire a Tesla. So that's a desire mode. How do you move that from a desire to a need? It's not a need yet. Okay, this differs from want, something that passes fancy, like we said, and a need, something that you feel like you absolutely must have. Desire flam, I cannot speak today, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. I am not hungover either. That's kind of weird. Desire fans the flames of needs if spoken to and validated. We're going to talk about validation because it's absolutely key to making the shift from desire to need. It's a very powerful psychological persuasion tactic that is also, again, these things can be, the tactics I'm teaching can be used in relationships, can be used in parenting. Really cool stuff here. Validation is the psychological principle of hearing and approving someone's desire. Okay? So I'm going to use a vacation as an example. Let's say that your significant other desires to go to Hawaii. You desire to go to the mountains. Could be a problem here because when you think mountains, you're thinking Colorado, you're thinking possibly skiing. So here's a way that you can shift that. Your significant other has been paying attention to me, by the way, for the past week and decides to NLP your ass so he or she can go to Hawaii. Okay, here's how they do. Here's how this could apply. Honey, I hear you. The first 3 words, I hear you. By the way, that's an important thing to say in your sales copy. I hear what you're saying. I feel you. I hear you. I use those words all the time, even if I'm not speaking to somebody. I hear you. And then you repeat back what you've heard. You love the mountains. I do too. They're so beautiful and peaceful, right? Now, what am I doing here? They're beautiful. They're peaceful. I'm getting someone to agree with me, right? Yes. I'm getting into yes mode. Now, bear in mind, a trip this can be used again for nefarious reasons. Please don't do that. I don't think, talking your mate into going to Hawaii instead of going to Colorado is a nefarious thing. So I think that's kind of fun. You next say, I so get that desire. Now this is powerful language if you're using sales copy. You use the term get a lot. I use it all the time. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get it? You get it, right? Well, get it is also implying that somebody's going to get something, right? They're going to buy something. Then I so get that desire. Now, underline that you don't even have to say desire, but I'm proving the point here. So, did you know that Hawaii has some of the most scenic mountains on earth? Most people think of Hawaii as just tropical. It's actually quite mountainous. So you're just having conversations, again, about mountains because you know that is the desire, right? Tell you what, since I really need to feel the ocean, let's do Hawaii this year, and I promise we'll spend plenty of time hiking and mountaineering if you want. Deal? Now, I wouldn't actually say deal in a marital or a significant other situation. Deal, I put that in there because this is good copy. Because I often end any sort of argument with when I'm trying to convince somebody of a position, I'll say, I'll make my position, I'll make my premises, and my conclusion will go, deal? Is that fair? And sometimes I don't even say, is that fair? I just say fair, like fair, because I'm not asking, I'm saying fair. So deal? Deal is awesome because I want someone to feel like they're getting a deal, and deal is very implicative in sales. So there you go. That's how you shift from desire to need. It's a pretty cool little exercise, I think. Now, let's do it in a sales pitch because you're probably wanting to know, how can I use this to actually sell something? And we'll move it to a need. I'm going to use, we're going to talk about marketing here. So if you're like most folks I speak with, you have a desire to reach more potential customers with your message and a desire to convert them into buyers. Sound about right? Now, I'm confident and you're going to say yes to this. So I might say sound about right instead of right, but I could just say right. Now, let's look at that sentence. If you're like most folks I speak with, I could also say, if you're like most high-end successful marketers. So what have I just done? If you're like most successful marketers, you, like they, I'm building rapport with successful marketers and you. And you might not feel that you're a successful marketer, but once I put you in that category, psychologically, you are. Your mind temporarily goes there. So I'm playing it very safe in this copy. If you're like most folks I speak with, this is all true, by the way, you have a desire to reach more potential customers with your message and a desire to convert them into buyers. Okay, I just used the word desire twice. Okay, you don't have to use the word desire. I'm just doing it for the exercise, right? Well, of course you do. So I don't even let you say no. Every successful marketer I know, now notice what I do right here. Of course you do. Every successful marketer I know puts this at the very top of their must-have list. So you're in good company. What have I done? I have doubled down on the rapport of putting you into a happy club called successful marketers. You see how that's working? All I'm doing is I'm shifting you into the club of everyone who I know needs this, okay? I'm shifting you into that club. That's the power of NLP and persuasion tactics, okay? I'm just subtly doing it. Every successful marketer knows that. Well, you don't want to be outside that group, right? So when you say, everyone knows that blank, whatever you say behind that blank, the mind of your prospect is going to go, uh-huh. Even if you go, everyone knows the moon is made of cheese. You might go, uh-huh, wait, what? Because you don't want to be left out, even momentarily, from even a silly club like that, right? Everyone knows the earth is flat. Yeah, of course. No, wait, time out, what? Because your mind wants to agree with that. But I said here, every successful marketer I know. And they put it at the very top of their must-have list. Now, what am I doing there? I'm seeding. I'm pacing, and I'm seeding. The technical term is called priming. Well, actually, it's technically sort of priming. I won't go into the differentiations there, but the difference is there. But let's put it this way: must have is a need. That's a different way of saying need, and I put it in quotes. And it's a really cool thing to do there. Top of their must have list. And you can see Austin Powers, Dr. Evil doing the quote thing, right? So you're in good company. So automatically, I'm moving you really powerfully into this company. Now, here's how I pivot that to a need. And because you think I've already done it. But I'm going to go even further. However, it goes way beyond that. You absolutely need a growing, thriving customer base, and you need to reach out to them on a weekly, if not daily basis. And here's why. Those potential buyers interested in you are pretty fickle. They get a lot of messages every day. You have a serious need to stand out in their inboxes and to have your message heard to close the sale. Are you following that? Now I'm like really, the sledgehammer is out and I'm banging away at the dead horse. Okay, I'm really turning that horse into glue. You absolutely need. Now, nothing I said here is wrong. Nothing I said here is a lie. It's not even an exaggeration. But I'm putting a little fear. Remember I said we're going to use all these modes eventually? So fear, where's the fear in here? Type in the comments. Where do you see the fear? It's very subtle. Pretty fickle. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I'm going to go back to this 1 second here. I'm going to show you this slide one more time before I move on to the to get back on camera here. So look at that last message. If I really wanted to add one more sentence after that to hammer home fear, I could say to close the sale. If you otherwise, you could end up losing a lot of money and really start spinning your wheels and actually have to give up internet marketing and maybe even take a real job. So you see what I'm doing there? I'm not, again, no exaggeration. It's like you either do this or something bad is going to happen. But it's very subtle here. I kept it subtle on purpose to show you that you don't need to go over the top with fear. But what I just said is absolutely true, especially with today. Now, I could even build this case even further. I could say, do you know the average person gets 126 emails a day? It's staggering a number of emails, right? 126 emails a day. What do you think is going to make yours stand out? If you don't email them every day, or at least every other day, they're going to forget you exist. Our attention span is that of a gnat these days, thanks to social media. So, yeah, that's all good copy, by the way. Since this is being recorded, you can actually write that down and use it if you want to. Okay, so again, and here's what I want you to follow this last sentence here. It's pretty cool. Okay, you have a serious need to stand out in your customers' inboxes to have your message heard, to close the sale, and that's why I did that one on purpose. And that's why you need Email Copy Pro if you don't have it. And seriously, Email Copy Pro is the ultimate sales library of profit-rich emails that dynamically blends your voice and message with the persuasion tactics of the world's greatest marketers. Not just me. Not just me. We got all sorts of the greatest marketers you can think of. Todd Brown, Ryan Dice. I go down the line of people who have donated to this incredible system that we have here. If you want to watch the latest workshop I've done and talks about how cool dynamic blueprints really are, go to johnbenson.com/email and you'll see why Email Copy Pro is a standalone, one-of-a-kind product. And it's for less than $1,000, you never have to write an email again unless you really want to, or unless it's really highly personal, like, hey, today's my birthday or something. So that's how powerful Email Copy Pro is. Really awesome stuff. So go check that out. Now, tomorrow, we're going to talk about the low-hanging fruit, the need mode. But this, I'm going to give you a super cool tip. This is how you can close your hot list. You have a hot list. You just don't know it. Even if you've got a list of 10 people, you have a hot list within that list of 10 people. Well, we're going to talk about how you can close those people tomorrow with one simple email. And it's applying the need mode. Cool? Awesome. Now I'm going to come back onto camera. So see if I can do this right. Yay, here I am. Awesome. So I'm going to also get this in here so you guys can go check this out. And we're going to look at some questions here. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. Hit me up. Okay, so Wade says, yes, they get a lot of messages every day. The fears that your emails won't be open. Yes, it was implied that was kind of subtly implied, but the real fear was that the people that are getting your emails are really fickle. Okay, and I really hammered that home further after I talked more about it. So, you get 126 emails a day, the odds are you're getting read, goes dramatically down if you're not emailing on a frequent basis, those kind of things. So your message, oh, this is good to David, your message won't get heard. Now that's very cool. And interesting that you picked that up. That is actually another subtly implied fear. But that is true. That is exactly what I need. Yeah, and serious need. And so Terry says, thinking of validation, the psychological principle aspect, remembering that when writing copy gave me an aha moment. Cool. That's good. We want aha moments. We want aha moments. Okay. Wade says, you can't speak because Billy Idol is channeling through my Bluetooth. Oh my God. You'll have to tell that story to me one of these days. I'm almost afraid to ask, but yeah, I hope it's not coming from my computer because we've been having some weird tech stuff going on out here. Like my batteries got drained like instantly. Like I had a 95% cell phone charge left. We had sushi last night with I was with Dave Asbury. Dave is a CEO at Bulletproof Coffee, and Michael Burnoff, and Mike Koenigs was there, and just this group of incredible people was there. I was sitting across from a guy I had met once before, but I didn't remember meeting him. And a guy whispered me, he goes, that's the guy that owns a $200 million supplement company. I go, oh, that guy. Okay. So it's just amazing. And you're just talking to these people like, they're just the guys next door, right? Well, that's the cool thing about being at events like this. So you get to hang and mingle with a lot of really cool people. But this was a private dinner, granted, but it was so cool to hang out with these guys. Super sweet people. And we just had some crazy tech issues. My phone went down to 0 like in 30 minutes in the sushi place. I have no idea why. They had to charge it for me. So, and the laptop's kind of acting weird too. So that's what's going on there. So cool. Hopefully this was, I'm going to show this because it's a compliment. These are great. Thanks for doing these, John. You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep going, man. We're going to keep going. So Yoshi has a question. When you say low hanging fruit, what are you making things? Are you making things easy for? Yeah. What I'm doing is we're going to tap into the people who are ready to buy on your list. So let's say you have a list of 10 or 10,000. Doesn't matter. There's people out there that will buy anything from you. I met a guy yesterday that bought Email Copy Pro, said, I bought everything that you've ever put out without question. He goes, I'm just going to buy whatever it is. He goes, it's funny, I bought it. I don't even need it because his business is really strange. I talked to him for a little bit. I was like, what do you do again? And he like in some kind of cyber security thing. It's like, there's no way that he doesn't even really need email marketing. He said, no, I just wanted to have it. Okay, that's your want groups, right? Now that's a small percentage of that low hanging fruit that we're talking about. They're just going to buy anything that you sell. I'm talking about the people that not necessarily that eager to buy, but people that they know they need something. I'm going to cover. I'm going to give you a cool email right out of Email Copy Pro. That's one that we send out. It's very simple, nothing too fancy. Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys for the time today. I'm going to cut this one a little bit short since I am at Joe's event. I'd like to get back down there, and I'm actually going to catch a workout, then get back down there. And I'm going to be tomorrow at 11 a.m. And hopefully you guys will be here tomorrow, and we'll cover the last part of the persuasion modes and talk about how to hit that low hanging fruit. So thanks again for joining me today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.